Ever wonder why unbreakable leaders like Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, or Tony Robbins are able to attain a cult-like following? Where their fan base craves their products and services? As if their life depends on it? If so, what you need to realize is this happens because they have mastered one skill. And if you master the same skill, you'll get results like them. So, what is it? The lost art of persuasion and influence. Now, a lot of people, when they hear about persuasion, they go, oh no, like persuasion's bad. And, you don't want to manipulate people. And look, persuasion and influence is a skill. It's not bad by itself. A skill is a skill. Good and bad are all relative. It's a meaning we attach to them. Now, where most people mix this up is how that skill is used. As an entrepreneur, if you don't have the ability to persuade and influence someone, well, you're not going to be able to get them to enroll in your program, and thus, you won't be able to impact their life. But if you master the lost art of persuasion and influence, well, guess what? You can persuade them to join your program and get them the results that will end the pain in their life. When students or clients go to you, well, they're trying to end some pain or misery in their life using your specialized skill. So without persuasion and influence, you're not going to be able to better this world. I started studying persuasion and influence, and I noticed that there are 3 underlying factors. Well, ultimately there's more to it, but 3 main key ingredients that are so powerful that if you implement them into your life, you're speaking on a day-to-day basis, your business is going to skyrocket. So, what are they? The first being sleight of mouth patterns. Now you might be wondering, well, Adam, what are these? And essentially, it's the words you use. However, strategically crafted. For example, metaphors and analogies. They're really powerful for helping your potential clients or your audience understand how your product or service can help them. It's kind of like you're putting on the glasses on them so that they can see. You see what I did right there? That was an analogy or metaphor. Putting on the glasses so that you can see things clearly. It kind of reframes it for the brain. It speaks to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, well, guess what? It controls 90 to 95% of the decisions we make in our entire day. I know you might be thinking, BS, what are you talking about? I make all my conscious decisions. And you do. Only 5 to 10% of them though. So let me explain. When you wake up in the morning, do you think about which arm am I going to roll on? No. Do you think about which foot you're going to land on? No. Do you think about which arm you're going to use to pull the sheets up? No. I think you get the point. Most of our decisions are made subconsciously. And so when we master the art of persuasion and influence, we're speaking to the subconscious mind. It's far more powerful than you can ever imagine. That's why you see leaders unbreakable leaders like Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, or Mark Cuban, these people that just are so authentic, so powerful, so confident in their abilities, in themselves. How did they gain a massive following? Persuasion and influence. So analogies and metaphors, one of them. Now, another one is showing the consequences of taking an action or not taking an action. So for example, let's say that I was trying to persuade you to join the Unbreakable Leader program. I can ask questions like, what is your life going to look like in 1, 2, or 3 years from now if you don't change anything? If every day your fear just continues to grow and grow like a tumor, how is that going to impact your business? How is that going to impact your social life, your family life, your quality of life? Essentially, I'm painting the picture for you to see what's going to happen if you don't change your actions. Now, this is honestly one of my favorite sleight of mouth patterns, but the reality is there's probably more than 14. I know 14, I don't know them all by my brain, but I use about 6 or 7 of them usually. But showing the consequences is a powerful tool or powerful strategy. Okay, so let's go into another part of persuasion and influence. Your tonality. So you might be wondering, well, okay, what is tonality? Essentially, it's the energy in your voice. And when done correctly, or when harnessed correctly, it will have your clients and audience thinking, look, I trust this guy. He makes me feel good. He's so genuine. He's so authentic. And then, you know what? Let me demonstrate it here. What if I talked like this all video? Would you still, okay, so you already got that. That did not draw you in. Yet, right now, I bet you're listening intensely as I keep talking and talking and talking. That's tonality. Just kind of the energy you put in there, but also there's more to it. I can get really quiet like this and pull you in, keep pulling you in, and then boom. So I think you kind of understand the point of tonality here. So let's move on to the third part, which is body language. All right, you probably see me moving my hands around like this. So basically I formed the habit of it. I was intentional to form the habit of it so that now I use my hands when I talk. That's really good for just building trust. You know, let me reframe it. Let me put it a different way. Have you ever seen someone walking down the street and they're holding their head high and proud? You just look at them and you think, man, this person is so confident. Well, if so, why did you think that? You didn't talk to them, so it's not about their character. You just visually saw them and knew that success was a part of them. That's because of their body language, how they hold themselves. When done correctly, you feel like Tony Stark in Iron Man, it's because of his body language. He holds his head high and proud, there's a reason why that's a saying. His spine's up straight, bigger body language like this. And really further point, I remember one time this lesson really sunk in with me. I was out at a bar and I saw this girl and literally she was talking or whatever, but I saw her she was telling a story and she went pew pew like that. And I don't know why, this might be too much information, whatever, but I was like really attracted to her in that moment. Just when she went pew pew, just something like that. And I just was in my mind going like this. I was consciously aware that something she did with her body language drew me into her. And looking back at it, it was because of those little gun movements. Anyways, body language is really important for persuasion and influence. In persuasion and influence, guys, well, when you harness this, something special happens. You're able to finally end suffering in other people's lives. You're able to grow a 7-figure business. And when you have this business, it's not just about the money that it will bring in. No, it's about the difference in your family's life. When you are able to build this income, you can take your family and experience the world, different countries. You can go on boat rides. And I'm not saying like material things. Like material things are fun, but it's the experiences that wealth creates. The ability to enjoy life on a different level. That's just what it is. You don't have to think about what food you're gonna order when you go out. You don't have to plan family vacations. And that's why I'm on this mission to build an army of unbreakable leaders. Because frankly, I wanna end the suffering in my clients' lives. I wanna end that self-doubt that lingers from their business to family, to relationships, into all areas of their life. Now, look, I haven't thought much about this yet, but I'm gonna make a community here. I'm gonna make it probably on Facebook, a Facebook group. And it's for entrepreneurs like you. So if you wanna join me on this mission and you wanna become an unbreakable leader, then go ahead, click the link below or above, it'll be in the description. You know the routine, and I'll see you inside the group.